Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kahila or Kay, and I'm sitting down for a knitting chat. When's the last time I did a knitting chat? I have my laptop right here. When was it? 5 months ago. 5 months ago. Wow. I was working on my It's Not a Sweatshirt sweater. Oh my gosh. I was working on my It's Not a Sweatshirt sweater. That's crazy. You know how many sweaters and projects I've knitted since that sweater? Yeah. Anyway, I'm currently wearing my Monday sweater by Petite Knit. It's my second Monday sweater and I love this yarn so much. It's knitted in Explore Knits. What's the colorway? Let's go to Instagram. Instagram has everything. This is why I put everything on Instagram, so I don't have to try to remember everything and recall it because this memory sucks. Okay. Yeah, it's Explore Knits. What's the colorway? Under the Mistletoe. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Under the Mistletoe and drops Kid Silk mohair. So, like in a navy blue. Let me show you guys. Can you see that? Is that too bright? Let's dim it. Let's dim it. Whatever. Hope you guys can see that. Anyway, I love this sweater. Oh, it's so good. It's so cozy. It's so nice. It's so oversized and drapey. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Look at my yarn stash. I usually sit down there to film my podcast episodes now. So I was going to sit there for this video, but I was like, I really don't feel like sitting on the ground. And yeah, I don't feel like being uncomfortable for however long this video will be. So I have a few things I need to tell you guys and update you guys on before we get into the questions. But this is a knit and chat, so I'm gonna chill and chat and answer questions. 2 weeks ago, I think now, I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and you guys asked me so many questions that I had to split it up. So I'm gonna have like this one knit and chat, and then I'm gonna have another knit and chat later down the line, whenever, not sure when, but it was like close to like 50 questions. I was just like, whoa, okay. So yeah, I split it up. A lot of questions you guys had to like ask in DMs because the questions were so long, or you guys had to like split up the question bubble thingies. It was funny trying to compile all the questions. Anyway, I had like 3 projects to choose from to knit today with you guys. I have my Sophie shawl that I want to finish. I have my weekend hat that I started a couple days ago, and then I have this sock that I started today after finishing the first one. So I decided to go with the sock because this is not a podcast episode, but I might as well just show you guys whatever. I finished this sock last night. I finished this sock last night. Oh, look at those stitches. Look at this yarn. Oh my god. It's superwash merino, mohair, and nylon. So by Red Door Fiber Studio. It's Cauldron Boil Me from her Akatar collection. So good. So I started the second sock, and I'm currently on a stockinette portion. So I'm just gonna stockinette away with you guys. So my stomach just growled. I need to eat breakfast, but I'm just like, I'm gonna film this and get it out of the way because I was supposed to film this like 3 days ago, 2 days ago, yesterday, and then I was just pushing it back and back and back. I'm like, okay, let's just sit down and film, okay? So here we are. All right, told you guys the projects. It's been 2 weeks. I have everything I need to tell you guys right here. So, oh my gosh, literally, last time I came out with my knit and chat, a bunch of people were coming out with knit and chats. And this time I'm coming out with a knit and chat. People have been dropping knit and chat videos. I'm just like, we all have the same idea here, and it's great. I love it. I love just sitting down and listening to everyone talk about any and everything. I basically do that in my vlogs anyway sometimes, but This isn't a vlog. This is literally sit down, answer some questions. You guys asked some great questions, so I'm excited to answer them. A lot of them, not a lot of them, some of them are questions that I answered in my first knit and chat, but a lot of people are new now. Like 5 months ago, I didn't have the numbers that I do now. So I'm just gonna answer them again because why not? Some of you guys may have forgotten my answers anyway. So yeah, anything else I need to? Okay, I don't think I have any other updates for you guys. So let's get into it. I'm probably gonna have to get a new battery at some point depending on how long this is. Also, I'm going to be looking down, of course, at my project a lot because I'm knitting and chatting with you guys. So do not expect me to look at the camera all the time because I will not. I mean, I say I won't, but then also I might talk more than I knit. We shall see. Anyway, let's get into it. Sorry for the long intro. It is what it is. It's a knit and chat. We're chatting. Alright, so I have my questions on my phone. I'm going to be referencing and looking at my phone a lot. So let's start with the first question. How old are you? I decided to put this question first because I don't think a lot of people know how old I am. I would love to hear how old you think I am though. Like, put your guesses down below before I say it. Because I would love to know. Last time I asked you guys to, was it on Instagram? I don't know if it was on Instagram or here. But last time I asked you guys how old you thought I looked, oh my god. The answers that I got, oh, they made me so sad. Not because they were older. I don't mind, you know, people thinking I'm older than I am. I love aging. It's great. But when people think I'm younger, I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's also a good thing too because, you know, when I get older, I'll look young, but oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm 25 years old. I turned 26 in September, which is still crazy. I don't know if anyone else who like just reached their mid-20s feel this way as well, but like I still feel like I'm in like the body of teenage me. Like I'm an adult, but it doesn't feel like I'm an adult, you know? Like, life is just beginning, and I don't know. It's like, it's gonna be 10 years since I've graduated high school in 2 years, but it also doesn't feel that long. I don't know. Older people than me, please let me know when you started feeling like an adult. And that sounds weird. I know it sounds weird because some people like feel like adults when they're in their teens and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just weird, a weird limbo age, the mid-20s, I feel like. Let me know if anyone else feels that way who's like my age, because I would love to know if you guys feel the same way. I've heard some people my age say the same thing, but now I'm asking on my channel so I can know, because my audience is like from 18 to 34. That's like the huge range according to my analytics. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm 25. A lot of people ask that, and I wanted to answer that first. So, oh, also, let me tell you guys, the personal and the knit questions will be all together. Like, I'm not separating it because I don't care. This is all about me, so you'll get it all in one. All right, what is one project you want to knit so badly? Oh my gosh, when I saw that question, the one pattern and project came to mind. It is the chestnut dress by Petite Knit. Ever since she came out with that dress, I've been wanting to knit up that dress, but I think she came out with it when I was like a beginner knitter. So when I read the pattern, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that right now. And now I've just had so many other projects that I've wanted to knit that won't take as long as a chestnut dress, but I'm just like, you know what? It's finally time to knit up the chestnut dress, okay? Because it is my dream dress. I love like sackcloth. This sounds so weird, but I love like sackcloth looking dresses where it's just like shapeless and like it's just on you. And then I love turtlenecks. I love high necks and long sleeves. So that dress is just like so perfect to me. And I think I'm gonna start it like, I was gonna say this winter. It's so weird. We have 2 winters in a year. We have the beginning of the year where we're still in winter, and then we have the end of the year when winter begins. So I want to start it. I don't want to start it. Winter starts like literally at the end of the year. I'll probably start it in fall or something like that. Yeah. I want to start it sometime. Maybe I might even start it, you know, around my birthday, which is sadly in the summer, September 12th. I wish I was a fall baby, but sadly I'm a summer baby. At least it's close to fall, you know? But yeah, I'll probably start it around my birthday. Okay, hold on. This thing is stuck. Come on, bro. But yeah, I'll probably start it around my birthday, and I probably put a picture already of the chestnut dress, but if not, I'll insert a picture of the chestnut dress. It's so great. Oh, it's so awesome. And I haven't seen anyone in like, no one that I follow has knitted up the dress, and I'm ready to see someone knit up this dress. I mean, Tiffany has been talking about knitting up the dress too, so maybe we'll see one from her, but I want to definitely knit up the dress soon. I mean, I want to soon, but it's not gonna be soon. But anyway, yeah, that's the one project that I want to knit. Like, oh, it's been on my list for so long, and I'm just so excited. I think will it be my first knit dress? Yeah, I haven't knitted a dress. So yeah, it'll be my first knit dress, which is so exciting. Anyway, let me stop. I'm just gonna keep talking about that dress. Okay. Next question, how do you organize your time between all of your hobbies? I don't have a lot of hobbies. I have knitting, I sometimes crochet, which now I only, okay, why is this like this? I don't plan to crochet any more garments anymore, but I do have a crochet blanket that is like sitting somewhere that I will continue because I love crochet blankets. So I knit, I crochet, I'm a writer, I write, and I read. Is reading a hobby? It's weird to call reading a hobby when it's just like a part of life. You know? I don't know how to explain that, but I read. So I don't know. I don't feel like those are a lot of hobbies, honestly, but now that I'm listing it off, it's like, it might be a lot of hobbies. But how do I organize my time? I plan. I am a planner, okay? I have a planner. I have a little notebook that's like a little to-do list every day for myself, and I have a calendar as well as well, where I put like everything I want to do for the month. So I have the calendar for everything I want to do in a month. I have this for every single day, what I want to accomplish every day. And then I have my planner to also be like a mini calendar, and also like bigger goals and stuff like that to write out. I just need it everywhere, okay? And okay, so that's the start. That's how I organize everything, especially with like editing and my videos and stuff like that, and what projects I want to accomplish on what day and the amount of time and stuff like that. And then, no, that's basically it. Yeah, that's how I organize it. I don't know what I was gonna say next. I don't remember. But yeah, that's how I keep track of everything. And then also, if I don't, what's the word? if I don't accomplish everything that I planned out, it doesn't matter. I can like change up whatever at any time whenever I feel like it, but I just need at least that little structure to just guide me, you know? And so I don't have to remember everything from the top of my head because that'll just be chaos. So yeah, planners and notebooks and calendars. Lots of planning. I hope that answered the question. Yeah. All right, what's the next project you're very excited to knit? It's not going to be my next project, but I'm so excited to knit the Moby sweater. You guys, I have the yarn already for the Moby sweater. I don't even know if I have enough. I just bought a bunch of Knitting for Olive, heavy merino, and soft silk mohair. Let me just show you guys. I have to show you guys. I'm just so excited to see it knitted up in this color. Like, oh my gosh. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Stop it right now. Stop it. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. This is gonna be so good. Are you kidding me right now? So this is Knitting for Olive heavy merino. Can you see that? Whatever, camera. In the color Bordeaux. And this is the soft silk mohair in claret. So I was like, I want some type of wine burgundy. I'm like, I want wine and burgundy like together. And I know it'll be a beautiful fabric. So then I got the perfect colors. I got the perfect colors, you guys. So I'm super excited, and it's so hard not to start it right now, especially since I have the yarn. But I'm gonna knit up the Ingrid slipover and sweater before I knit this up so that I can have a little bit of experience reading Petite Knit's charts and just knitting up a textured garment like that, because the only textured garment that I've knitted is the, what's it called? The Cargill sweater, which is just like an all over textured knit. I'll insert a picture of mine, but that's like easy. Like, that's easy. It's just the same stitch over and over and over again. But this is like different. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. And I'm gonna have a video on its own for this sweater so that I can take you guys on like every step of that journey with me. So one last look before I take it away. Oh, so good. And my battery's dying already. Great. Okay, I'll be right back. Right, I know this is most likely probably not the same angle, but we're gonna go with it, okay? All right, what is next? Let's see, favorite pattern. I don't think I have a favorite pattern. Yeah, I don't have a favorite pattern. I love Petite Knit's designs. That's all I got, but there are too many patterns out there for me to have a favorite pattern. Just like there are too many songs and too many movies and shows out there to have just like one sole favorite. I like a lot of things. I like everything that I knit, basically. Yeah, but I don't have a favorite pattern. Sadly, that might change as I knit more. We shall see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a favorite at the moment. Next question. I'm already laughing at this. Why don't you participate in test knitting? I remember you saying something about this before. I did say something about this before. I think maybe even in my last knitting chat. I don't know. But I don't participate in test knitting because to me it seems like homework. Like, knitting is a hobby for me. It's fun, it's relaxing, it's great. I am not about to stress over a pattern that's not fully complete, basically. Like, of course it's completed when you get it, but the sole purpose of testing is to make sure everything is like correct and people understand it and stuff. And I don't feel like going through a checklist of like making sure that the size is correct and the stitches are good and that I have to knit it basically the exact way that the person providing the test knit wants you to do it, and you're looking out for mistakes, and that's homework. I am not signing up for homework, okay? I want to get the pattern and knit it up with no worries, no extra anything, no looking out for anything. And this is not, you know, to ding anybody who does test knit, because it's like everybody in their community test knits, not me. And I don't know if I ever will. That's something that, like, I don't think I'll change, because like I said, it's like homework. Who likes homework? Ugh. But I do like seeing people test knit. I like watching people talk about their test knits and stuff like that. And I love watching people who literally, like, that's all they do is test knit. I'm just like, how? How do you, like, how? Literally, that's like the only question I always ask whenever I see someone who's just like picked up a new test knit. I'm just like, the way people get excited for test knits is the way I get excited for like a petite knit pattern dropping. I'm just like, yes, this pattern is about to drop. Let's go. That was like me with the Elizabeth blouse, which I have the yarn for that as well. I showed it in my last vlog, so you guys can watch that. I'll link it up there for you guys, but that's something else that I'm trying not to knit right now. The Elizabeth blouse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I should have answered that as part of what pattern I'm looking forward to knitting next. Definitely the Elizabeth blouse as well. Especially because I have the yarn for it too. Oh, it's so hard. But anyway, yeah, that's how I feel about test knitting. Sorry. I'm always going on tangents. It's just gonna happen. Whenever I answer questions, it's hard for me to just answer the question directly. I have to like add stuff to it. It is what it is. I want to start a knit YouTube channel. What's the first thing I should do? I watched Alexandra's Knit and Chat from Alexandra's Garn. I'll link it for you guys down below. And someone asked her like basically the same question, I think. But the first thing you should do, I would say just start filming. That sounds like, really, that's the answer? But it's like, what else? What else would you do to start? You know, like the first thing. I mean, of course, you know, create a channel, blah, 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 whatever. That's easy. But to get into actually having a knit YouTube, I would say start filming. You have to get used to filming yourself and talking to a camera. For me, it was easy for me to start talking to a camera because I've been talking to cameras forever. Okay, since I was younger. So I'm comfortable talking to the camera as if, like, you know, someone else is in front of me right now. I don't mind sharing myself. That sounds weird. But I don't mind, you know, sharing this part of me talking and stuff like that with other people to see. I've always been that way because I've had cameras in my face since I was younger, so. But I think a lot of people struggle with like talking to the camera and getting comfortable with people watching them basically, or like judging them and stuff. So I would say pick up, if you don't have a camera, get your phone, okay? Your phone is perfectly fine. And then if you want to upgrade, you can. If you want to still use your phone, the phones nowadays are great. So use your phone, practice filming yourself if you're not comfortable, and just, yeah, do whatever type of content you want to do. You don't have to do a podcast style that most people do. I like to do vlogs because they're super easy and you get to see a behind the scenes of things that you usually don't see when someone just talks about their podcast. Like, I would, you know, knit socks. Instead of just showing the completed socks in a podcast, Sometimes I'll create a video that's just solely about this sock and telling you everything about my experience. You get to see me start the project, the middle of the project, how I feel about it, the end of the project, how it looks on me and stuff like that. So there are so many ways and styles to film different videos that you would like. So yeah, just start filming. Do lots of research as well, like to find what kind of style you like and what works for you. Practice filming those. Literally the question was just the first thing, but I just feel like it's not easy to just say, oh, just film, without explaining why I'm saying just film, you know. So yeah, that's my advice, which I don't like giving out advice, but I feel like that's decent advice. All right, who are your top 5 knit YouTubers? I have a list, okay, and it's more than 5, and it's not even everybody that I watch, but it's like the top people that I watch, okay? So we have Alexandra from Alexandra's Garn, we have Chelsea from True Lane, we have Bethany from Well Love Knits, we have Carson from Carsley Handmade, we have Inga from Knitting Traditions, Laura from Penrose Knits, Lizzie from Hive Knits, Florence from Handmade by Florence, Rebecca from Crayabea, Caroline from Caroline's Knits, and then my sisters, Malika, who's Mr. Bodvin. We have Kalila, who is More Copy Callie. And there are so many more people, but those are my top people that I watch. I'll link them all down below for you guys, but they're so awesome. I literally look forward to their videos all the time. And the sad thing about like most of them being podcasters is that they only post like once a month. Some of them post like twice a month, but I have to like wait for content. Even though, you know, they don't all post at the same time, so of course I'll get content consistently, but like I wish I can get more videos out of them every month, but it's okay. I'll take what I can get. But yeah. Oh, and I've been watching Knee Knits. Her name is Amy. She's awesome. I literally just finished her video before coming here to sit down and film this video. She's awesome as well. Oh, her videos are so great. Oh, there's so many people. Oh my gosh. But anyway, like I said, those are my top. I don't even know how many I named, but I know it was more than 5, okay? So I would definitely say check them out. They're all awesome. Do you choose your yarn first and then a pattern, or a pattern and then yarn? That's a great question. I haven't thought about that before. I mostly choose my pattern first and then the yarn. Yeah, now that I think about it, because at first I'm like, I usually choose the yarn, but like I sometimes choose my yarn and then I choose the pattern, mostly because I have like a big stash, so it's easy for me to be like, okay, let me get this yarn. Oh, I can do this pattern with it. But most of the time I see a pattern and I'm just like, okay, let me shop my stash and see what I can use or what yarn I can buy. I think it's easier for me to have the pattern and then choose the yarn. And most of the time, it's like both at the same time, because usually I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like both will pop in my head at the same time, like the pattern and the yarn. It's just like, yes, perfect match, boom. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, most of the time it's pattern first and then yarn, but sometimes it's the yarn and then pattern. That's a great question. Anyway, someone said, hi, I've been watching your Sweden trip vlogs. Those were so good. That's me saying that those were so good. I love it, especially the yarn shop footage. Are you planning any more yarn trips? Specifically yarn trips? Yes, I want to go to Rhinebeck this year. We shall see what happens throughout the year. I'm not sure. It's not set in stone, but that is one of my goals. I want to go to Rhinebeck, okay? I want to knit up a sweater for Rhinebeck and go to Rhinebeck and just meet up with other crafters and enjoy it. I feel like that would be so great. But yeah, that is one place I do want to go, specifically for yarn. Favorite indie dyers. I say this all the time. Favorite indie dyers: Red Door Fiber Studio, Sorella, Explorer Knits, and Teeny Button. Those are my top 4. I love them. My stash is filled with all 4, and I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm obsessed. And it's so hard for me to get into different, It's so hard for me to get into different dyers because I'm just like, I'm so loyal to my favorite indie dyers. And then I'm so used to what they create. They create exactly what I love. Lots of variegation, which I love. I love variegation. I mean, obviously. And then if you see my stash, it's filled with mostly variegated yarns. It's so great. I love it. But yeah, it's so hard for me to step out of the indie dyers that I love because I'm not used to the other indie dyers and like what they bring to the table. So I'm slowly getting there. Slowly. Do you spend time with anyone outside of your family? Not really. Sometimes, like I hung out with some friends this month, like went to the movies and Disneyland and stuff, but for the most part, not really. Like we moved here to California from Alabama in 2019. Yeah, in like May 2019 or something. And then we're just adjusting, like we don't know people here in California, like friend-wise. So we were adjusting, and then the pandemic hit in 2020. So I stayed inside for literally a year. I'm pretty sure. I probably went out like once or twice between 2020. Like I worked up until March 2020. Like I got a job in like 2019, worked until like March 2020. March was when everything like shut down for the pandemic. So then from March up until the next year, March, I did not leave the house. Like I left it probably a couple times, maybe. But yeah, I stayed in a house. So I didn't have time to make friends or anything outside of the house besides online. I have a bunch of online friends now, but I didn't make any, and I wasn't friends with my coworkers. They were just coworkers. But yeah, I didn't have time to make friends or anything. The pandemic hit. I stayed home. You guys, I got motion sickness because I stayed home for a year and I did not enter a vehicle for like a year. And then when I did the first time after being home and inside for so long, I had motion sickness for like a year. But it's finally like gone, I think. Yeah, I think it's gone. I haven't had motion sickness for a long time now. Hallelujah. But that was crazy. Anyway, all of that to say, no, I don't really hang out with anybody outside of my family. Yeah. One day, but I'm content with my online friends and being with my sisters because they're my best friends. What do you think? Oh, this is a great question. I have a lot to say about this one. Okay. What do you think about promoting yourself in your videos? For some reason, that's a topic, which is weird to me. But then it's also not weird because I do see a lot of people saying sorry for like promoting my stuff. But to me, I'm just like, isn't this my channel? Aren't you here for me? I have no problem promoting myself on my channel, promoting my social medias, my products, anything else on my channel. It's my channel. Why wouldn't I promote myself on my channel? I'm emphasizing that because people seem to have a problem with people promoting themselves on their channel. Like, you're here for me, so you're gonna get all of me, everything. I'm gonna promote myself on my channel, and I have no problem with that. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any problem with anyone promoting themselves on their platform. I don't know why that's so weird for people, but yeah. And if you get upset about somebody promoting themselves on their channel, there is something wrong with you, honestly. To make somebody feel bad for promoting themselves on their channel or their platform in general. Anyway, yeah. I had a lot to say about that. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but all the emphasizing, I just want to make sure that's there, because people don't seem to understand that you're there to see that person. So sit back, relax, and watch that person promote themselves on their channel. And if you have a problem with it, I would just say stay quiet or don't watch them. It's just that easy, you know? It's not that hard. Oh my gosh, it's only 10:36 a.m. Why does it feel like it's like 1 o'clock? Anyway, next question. Are you in college? No, I'm not in college. I have my associate's degree in business administration with a concentration in accounting, which I didn't even realize. A concentration in accounting, bro? What the heck was I doing? Anyway, yeah, I have that degree sitting there collecting dust. I don't plan on going back to school. I don't need to go back to school, so I don't mind school though. Like, I don't mind learning. It's just the way teachers teach and all the tests and stuff that's just like based on memorization instead of like actually retaining the knowledge that I have a problem with. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind going back to school in the future. I feel like that would be fun because I just love learning, you know? But I'll probably get a degree in like the arts and stuff or something next. Something that I'll actually enjoy. Not that business wasn't enjoyable. I loved learning all of the information or whatever, but it's not something that's just like, ah, yes, I can do this for the rest of my life. Like, I can stay in school learning this for the rest of my life. Like, absolutely not. I might go for creative writing or something. I feel like that would be really fun for me. But anyway, no, I'm not in college. At this point, you guys should be used to me just going on tangents. Yeah, anyway. I saw your I saw your reel about gauge swatching. Have you really never knitted a swatch before? That is true, folks. I've never knitted a swatch before, and I don't plan to. Why? Because I don't need to. I feel like for people who want to knit a project to come out like true to size for them, or like if they want it to come out a specific size for them, whether it's a garment or not, I feel like, you know, you should do a gauge swatch because it will help you. But for someone like me who does not care at all how her projects turn out, I'm knitting basically for the art of it, and of course because I like the pattern. But if my sweater doesn't come out the way I want, I'm not gonna be upset about it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Most of my sweaters are oversized anyway, so I feel like gauge swatching is pointless because I don't care for it to be a certain size, you know? If I knit it and it's true to size, perfect. If I knit it and it's oversized, perfect. I will love it either way. If I knit it and it's janky and messed up, I don't care. I'll just move on to the next project or knit it again in a different yarn or something. But yeah, I just feel like gauge swatching is useless for me. But I feel like if you care about your knits and your projects and stuff like that, and you would be so truly upset if your project came out like terribly or in a way that you didn't expect, gauge swatch. Learn about that. It's important for you, but it's not for me. So, yeah. I'll probably knit swatches for like when I have an office or something like that and I want a cute, you know, board behind me. I'll probably knit some swatches for that, but other than that, I don't see the point for myself personally, okay? Personally for me. For me. So, gauge swatchers, don't get upset. I'm not targeting you. I said for me. What do you think? You guys asked some questions, bro. Y'all are really getting the opinions out of me with these questions. Okay. What do you think about gift knitting / being a selfish knitter? Wow. What do I think about it? To me, this is like basically the same as like promoting yourself on your platform. I don't, did you guys hear that yelling? That was Malika if you did. I don't like that people call knitting for yourself selfish knitting. It's like, I learned this craft for me. It's my yarn, my needles. Just because I don't knit for anybody else doesn't make it selfish. I mean, I understand why it's called, you know, selfish knitting, but I feel like if you want to knit and never ever knit anyone anything ever, you have the right to do that. And it shouldn't be considered selfish. This is my craft, my needles, my yarn, my time, okay? Time, the biggest factor here, okay? If I don't want to waste my time on anyone else, I shouldn't have to, and it shouldn't be called selfish. But that's just me, you know? A lot of people love gift knitting. I've only gift knitted once, which was recently to knit my sister Malika some socks to match her like outfit that she created. But other than that, I haven't gift knitted. I don't care to gift knit. Like if I feel like gift knitting, I will. Gift knitting is cool and great, but I don't feel like anyone should feel guilty for not gift knitting, you know? And if the people around you expect you to gift you something just because you have the skill to do it and try to make you feel bad about it, that's a problem. Don't feel bad for wanting your time for yourself, okay? If they want some knitted items in their wardrobe, tell them to go to YouTube, look up how to knit, get some knitting needles and some yarn, and learn how to knit themselves. But yeah, I don't feel like it should be called selfish knitting, and you shouldn't feel obligated to gift knit. Those are my opinions. All right, what's your favorite yarn to knit light sweaters? That question made my brain tingle. What's your favorite yarn to knit lights? Anyway, my favorite yarn will have to be Knitting for Olive. Knitting for Olive is just so great. That would be my commercial yarn. Knitting for Olive to knit light sweaters and stuff. Oh, it's just so great. The fabric will be so fluffy but sturdy. Why did I say sturdy like that? But sturdy and it's so good. But also hand-dyed yarn. Hand-dyed yarn. Hand-dyed yarn, the superwash specifically, superwash merino will give you the most drapey, beautiful fabric ever. Oh my gosh, like this sweater, this is a DK weight sweater, so fingering weight yarn with a strand of mohair. Let me just like, look at how, oh gosh, how drapey. It's so perfectly drapey, it's so good. So good. Oh my gosh, I love it. So I would say hand-dyed yarn, but you know, that's on a pricier side for people, but so is Knitting for Olive. But those are my favorites, so I'm sorry. Have I used a drops yarn that's like fingering weight yarn? I don't think I have, so I don't have any alternatives that are on the more affordable side, but those are my favorites. if you guys have affordable yarns that you use for your lightweight sweaters that people can like buy and check out, please link it down below. I would love to see those options, especially for myself as well. You know, I like any kind of yarn. I'm not a yarn snob. People would say differently though, because I use a lot of knitting for Olive and hand-dyed yarn, but I love all kinds of yarns. Those are just what I gravitate to. But I don't discriminate when it comes to yarns. Okay? Oh my gosh, I'm not even how long is this video already? And I'm not even halfway through these questions. That's okay. I like long videos anyway, and you guys have been telling me you love long videos as well, and you don't have to watch this video in one sitting. So, yeah. How many... Okay, these questions were written... I wrote these questions out from Instagram like 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember most of these questions, which is why I laugh a lot when I see the question before I say it. But it's so funny that someone asked this question. How many petite knit patterns do you have? Another question is who's your favorite designer? Oh wait, I am halfway through these questions. Just kidding. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I am. Wow, okay. I forgot I'm not answering all like 40, 50 questions in this one thing. But there was a question, I was like, who's your favorite designer? And by now, you guys should know, but I'll wait until the question pops up before I answer that. But anyway, how many petite knit patterns do you have? Let's see. Let me go to my folder of petite knit patterns. I don't know how many petite knit patterns I have, guys. I have a lot of patterns for like from a lot of different designers as well. You know, it seems like I only have petite knit patterns, but I have like so many other patterns from different designers, and sometimes I knit some of them, sprinkle them in here and there, you know, but I do have a lot of petite, I just knit a lot of petite knit. She's just, I was introduced to her when I was a beginner knitter and when I first started knitting, and she just has like all the perfect patterns that I need, so I'm obsessed. Anyway, I have 97 petite knit patterns. Is that a lot? 97 petite knit patterns. Oh my gosh. But guys, I have patterns like, let me see if I can show you guys. Like I have my patterns folder, and then these are the designers that I have. Different designers. You see? I have a lot of patterns from different designers, okay? Oh, and then it continues the patterns that I don't have in folders. And these aren't petite knit. Petite knit has a folder. So, as you guys can see, I have a lot of patterns from different designers. I just need to knit them. Anyway, yeah, 97. Is that normal? And I have 97 petite knit patterns alone, so I have like hundreds of patterns that I can choose from, which I'm happy about because I can just go to those folders and just choose any pattern, and it's just great. I love having those folders. Anyway, what's next? Can you make a beginner knitting tips / all you need to know / project for beginners video? I did specifically think about this question because I was like, do I want to? And then I decided no, I don't want to, and no, I'm not going to. Mainly because I don't like giving out advice. Like, sometimes I'll give out advice like depending on a question and stuff like that, but for the most part I try not to give out advice because sometimes if that advice doesn't work out for someone, they'll get upset at you, the person who gave them that advice, because it doesn't work out for them, even though like it's something that worked out for you, and then you get blamed for the failure and stuff like that. So in order to avoid all of that, I just don't give out advice. Like even if someone asks, but like usually I would say what works for me, but then I just got tired of giving out advice, especially like to people who either didn't take the advice, wasted my time, or like blame me for their failures, which I never took to heart because it's not my fault if someone failed, you know? Because not everything works for everyone. But I will say I do plan on coming out with videos with like 10 beginner friendly sweater patterns and stuff like that, you know, because those are easy. Those are easy to come out with. And it's not just like a, oh, here's how to knit. There's so many videos on like how to knit and stuff like that. And of course there are many videos on like beginner friendly patterns and stuff like that as well. But I don't want to teach anybody anything or give out advice. That's just not me, which is why I specifically did not come out with videos on like tutorials and how-tos and stuff like that, because for some reason whenever someone comes out with like a how-to video or something like that, someone in a comment says some dumb stuff like, oh, well, you don't know how to teach well, or why did you do this way, or just like a lot of complaining. And I'm saying that because my sisters experienced that, and I'm just like, oh, gosh, people are so annoying. So I'm just like, I'm not teaching anybody anything. If you want to learn, look it up somewhere else. But I'm not teaching anything. But like I said, I will come out with like beginner-friendly patterns and like just different things, because there are so many patterns that I have in my phone that I think a lot of people would like, especially beginners, and like what worked for me as a beginner, you know? But it won't be a tip video, if that makes sense. I don't know if any of that made sense, but yeah. This is a lot of like my opinions. You guys are asking a lot of questions where I have to like talk about opinions that I don't usually talk about on my channel, which is great. How are you so confident with the projects that you create and also YouTube? I don't know. I just am. I've always been confident with like basically everything that I do in life in general, and I think that has to do with when I was younger. Like my parents built a solid foundation for myself and my siblings, and like paved a way for us to be confident and made sure that we were confident in ourselves in general. So just having that strong foundation from our parents from when we were young, from when I was young, it makes it easier to go through life and just be confident in whatever you do, basically, because I've been confident since I was younger. So it's hard to explain like, oh, how to be confident in this and how to be confident in that, when that's just like a part of who I am. So anything that I pick up, I'm just like, I'm confident in it. And even if I fail, which it's part of life, I don't mind failing, because then it helps me learn how to be even better in whatever that I'm doing, you know? So there's no way for me to give you any specifics on how I am so confident like that you can take and apply to yourself, I would say, because it's just me. It's just part of who I am. So it's easy for me to be confident in my knitting and be confident in front of the camera and YouTube and stuff like that because of that. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, here are the steps to be confident and here is what I do to be confident, because I feel like it wouldn't be true, because I don't take steps to be confident. I just am, if that makes sense. If you guys have any tips for like being confident and stuff like that, that will be able to help other people, and like if you guys take steps to become a confident person, please let me know down below so that other people as well can see that and take those steps, because I honestly don't have any steps that I can provide. How do you know how much yarn is enough for a project? This is one of my problems with crochet. I usually know because the pattern will suggest like how much yarn you'll need to use, but also because I've knitted so many projects, I kind of know how much yarn I'll need for a certain type of sweater. So I know for me, if I want a nice oversized knit sweater, I just need at the most 1,600 yards of yarn, and that will be enough for me to get a nice like oversized sweater like this, which I usually use like 1,200 yards, but I like to have leftover yarn for like socks and stuff like that, so I usually get up to 600 yards. Yeah, and that's for like a plain basic stockinette raglan sweater. I love raglan. Oh my god. I love raglan sweaters so much. I'm obsessed. But yeah. So usually, sorry, that's my phone. Usually, I just read the pattern, or like I said, just based on how many projects I've knitted, I can guess how much yarn I can use. Before I became confident in knowing like how much yarn to use, I would just buy a bunch of yarn that seemed like enough, and then as I work up my project and I see that it's not enough, then I would know, okay, get a little more than this, or if I had way more than enough, then I would know, okay, get less of this, you know? So it just takes time. I think it just takes knitting and crocheting up a bunch of projects to finally know your body and know how much yarn you will need. Yeah, I'm speaking from garments and stuff. I'm not speaking from like any other thing like blankets or scarves or whatever. So yeah, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I don't know how long this video is. I expect it to be long, but yeah, I don't know. Also, if you guys hear stuff in the background, it's my family. We're just loud. Someone called me. I think that was my mom. Oh no, maybe she called Cleo. Anyway, this question, oh my gosh, I'm laughing so hard already. I'm laughing so hard on the inside. Do you have a Ravelry page we can follow? I'm laughing because if you guys know what's coming up next, like if you guys know me, you know how I'm gonna answer this question. Anyway, do you have a Ravelry page we can follow? Oh wait, that was it. I thought there was more. Someone asked this in my first knit and chat as well. No, I do not have a Ravelry page you can follow, and I will not ever have a Ravelry page that you can follow. That's one thing that I am so sure of, okay? If you want to follow my projects and like yarn that I've used and stuff like that, follow me on Instagram. That's where I put everything and anything about my yarn and projects, but you will not catch me on Ravelry, okay? First of all, it's just too much. It's too much going on. I do not need all of those options for patterns and stuff like that. Like I just have a select few designers that I just follow and get patterns from, and that's all I need. I don't need more because I will get so overwhelmed and it'll just be too much. Also, the website is so ugly. Like, sorry, not sorry. That website is horrendous. And like I said before, I think I said like it looks like like early 2000s type of software for the computer. I'm just like, I cannot. I tried to navigate it before and I was just upset at how ugly it is. And I know aesthetic is not everything because I don't even have an aesthetic for my Instagram because I don't care about aesthetics, but for a website where I'm supposed to be browsing patterns and be excited to browse patterns, I need that website to be cute at least, okay? I need it to be up with the times, and that thing is just, it's just so ugly. I can't. And that seems like a weird reason to not use the website, but listen, if I'm gonna be on that website as much as I am on Instagram, it needs to be attractive. That's just how it is. But yeah, you will not catch me on Ravelry. But like I said, you can follow me on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you can catch some of my videos where I talk about the yarn and stuff, or my podcasts. So yeah. Ravelry. All right. 3 more questions, guys. 3 more, and then we'll be done, and then I can eat breakfast. Oh gosh, yes. I'm so excited for food. Also, I got some progress, guys. Look at this. I've been knitting more than I thought I would. This is great. I love this. All right. Do you prefer knitting over crochet now, or are they equal? This is a great question because when I first started knitting, I was like, crochet and knitting are equal. Like, I don't think they would ever not be equal because I love them equally. Not anymore. No longer. Knitting has won. Knitting literally was just chilling in the beginning of the race, just, you know, jogging, doing its thing. Crochet was ahead. It was like, you know, whatever, whatever. Then it became equal. It was fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were together. And then, when did knitting overtake crochet? I would say once I started knitting more sweaters, knitting just like put some NOS in its system and just pew, left crochet in the dust. Like, I love knitting. I am obsessed with knitting. I just have to have a project on the needles. After I finish a big project, I have to immediately start another one. Like, it's just, I have to. It's an obsession. It's a great obsession, you know? If I'm gonna be obsessed and addicted to anything, I would rather it be something healthy, like knitting and yarn. Anyway, what was the question? Oh, yeah. Oh no, this is about to stop filming. Hold on. Yeah, I prefer knitting. Crochet, I will say for like accessories, household items, blankets and stuff, because like I've said before in the past, when I started crocheting, I wanted to crochet stuff to look like knitting and to, yeah, to just be like knitting, but without having to knit, because knitting seemed like it was so hard. I was like, I'm not learning how to knit. I don't need to learn how to knit when I can crochet and do the same thing, basically. But then one day on August 15th, 2021, I was thinking about the future of my channel and just the future of like my hobbies and stuff like that, and what I want to do in the future, projects I would want to create. I was watching a bunch of knitters at the time as well, but just not knitting. And then I was just like, I want to learn how to knit. I ordered knitting needles, told my sisters, and they're like, we'll learn how to knit too. And then we started learning with like worsted weight or DK weight yarn and the back of our crochet hooks because we didn't have any needles. And I fell in love. So, knitting. I can't believe I'm still on this question, but I love stories. I love storytelling, so. Okay, can we see some of your mom's fiber creations, please? That was a shocking question to me because I didn't know anyone was paying attention that my mom crochets. She's the one who taught us how to crochet and stuff, so it was cool that someone asked this question. I was like, what? But yes, you can see them. She has an Instagram page I'll put right here for you guys to follow if you want to keep up with her creations. She has way more than she posts, but she's slowly trying to get into posting and stuff, you know. Slowly but surely. But yeah, you can check out her creations there. And last question, you guys. I am so glad I split this up. Imagine me trying to answer like all 50, I think it's like 45, 50 questions in one video when this one is already long. Yeah, no. No. Anyway, why did I close my phone? I need to ask the question. What is one thing you won't ever do in knitting? I have the answer right away. Steeking. Steeking. What is steeking, you ask? It's when you knit something and then you cut into your garment. You cut your fabric. Let me get the actual definition of this, or an example, because that's so crazy to me. That's so insane that you knit something and then you cut the beautiful fabric. Okay. In knitting, steeking is a shortcut used to knit garments such as sweaters in a round without interruption for openings or sleeves until the end. After completing a tube, a straight line is cut along the center of a column of stitches in order to make room for an opening or place to attach another piece. Why the heck would I steek when I can knit in a round? Or I can knit a band on a cardigan or something. Like, why? Why would I knit and then cut into the fabric? That is just like, I have no words. I have no words. You will never, ever, just like Ravelry, you will never catch me steeking. No, no. I'm not knitting a beautiful yarn to cut into it. Imagine steeking for the first time and you just mess that up and it's just like beautiful hand-dyed yarn and you can't fix that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would cry. I would cry. Oh my gosh. Anyway, those are all the questions for this one. I will save the rest of the questions for another knit and chat because this was long enough. Okay. Anyway, I had fun answering all these questions. I know a lot of these questions had some strong answers from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I answered a lot of questions. I would love to hear your opinions on some things down below in the comments, especially like Ravelry and gauge swatching and stuff like that. I love having conversations about those because so many people have different opinions and it's just so great to hear them. But yeah, let me know what you guys worked on down below while watching this video. This is my progress for my sock. I didn't even tell you guys what, did I tell you guys what this sock was? Everyday Socks by Petite Knit? I hope so. I think so. That's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell because it will notify you guys whenever I post another video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because that's where I post any and everything about my yarn and my projects. And I'll see you guys in the next one.